Hey guys, how's it going everybody? This is StormPow, and this is the very first episode of a new series that I'm wanting to start for my YouTube channel called the QBR. And basically what that stands for is the Quarterly Business Review. And you're probably thinking, what the hell is that? Why are you having a quarterly business review? Why is this a YouTube series? And so let me just go ahead and explain it a little bit. For those of you who don't know, I've come from kind of a background of sales pretty recently. And we used to have these things every quarter of the year, you know, every 4 months. Wait, no, a quarter is every 3 months because there's 12 months in a year. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. Every 3 months, we're going to be making a new video for the QBR. And basically what I'm going to be doing is talking about the past 3 months on my channel and all my other platforms as far as my general content creation. We're going to recap, go over some of those, and even more importantly, I'm going to be talking about the next 3 months and just kind of forecasting a little bit, talking about some plans. And there are a couple of reasons why I wanted to make this. I've always been a fan of like update video type things for creators that I follow, but I know that sometimes, you know, they can come off as a little bit like, who the hell cares? And so I wanted to make it something that could be, for one, something that you guys might care about a little bit more, you know, because we're going to be recapping, kind of highlighting the past, 3 months, talking about some of the better things that have happened, and, you know, also trying to get you guys hype for the next 3 months. But also, maybe even more so, this is something for me where I can hold myself accountable, because I want to be able to look at the next 3 months and compare it to, you know, what's going on right now and really see the growth going on. You know, I really want to hold myself accountable just so that way I can say, oh man, you know, we had a great 3 months, or, you know, maybe we don't have that great of a 3 months, you know, that really, I'm not producing a lot of content. There's not a lot going on. There's no growth or anything like that. You know, I haven't tried anything new in those past 3 months. Then I want to be able to look at that and, you know, kind of have a little bit of a wake-up call. And so it's a really good way for me to hold myself accountable. And also, you know, there are a lot of ideas and things that I have up here that sometimes stay up there, and the reason for it is because I never really speak them into existence. I just keep the ideas up in my head, and then I never end up actually acting on them, and a lot of them are actually pretty good ideas. So I think this will be a good way for me to hold myself accountable as well, because if I go and I tell you guys that I'm going to be doing something, I'm a lot more likely to do it, because I'm going to be like, God, what about that one dude who watched that video and he's waiting for that video that I was, you know, gonna be making or whatever. And I just want you to know I do it for you, man. I do it all for you. One of the first things that I want to do is I want to go ahead and share just a very few little clips from my live streams. I've been sharing them on my Twitter here most recently, and so I want to go ahead and share a couple of those with you. So let's watch some clips real quick, guys. All right, go.
Woo! Wait for me. That is my mushroom.
I think I'm the one that's earned the mushroom.
You
literally blocked me. Okay, you blocked me.
Ah! Like, hold up. Oh, I can give him more ass? Dude. Can I? Oh, so it doesn't work the other way around. Uh-oh. Yo, you got me? You got me, fam?
Come on over here.
You got me, fam.
Coward! I know that I want to punch you in the nose.
That's it! Bitch, you didn't see that coming, did you, bitch? I love the cocaine. I love the cocaine. Come on. Take it. There you go. There you go. Go enjoy that treat. So I've been doing a lot of different types of streams, as you can see. And overall, you know, I think that that's been really fun, just kind of experimenting and seeing what is going on, you know, with everything. And so one thing that I've been trying a little bit more here lately is doing more like just chatting stuff, you know, as I've been growing just a little bit more and getting more people in the live streams, enough to actually hold a conversation, you know, pretty steadily, where I can do a stream where it is kind of just chatting with you guys or just messing around, at least for a little while. You know, that's been really fun, and that I've been able to do that. And also I did a stream where I built my desk. That was really fun, doing those like IRL streams. These are, it was a really great success. So for those of you who don't know, basically we're gonna go back just a little bit more. This has been my first real quarter, you know, doing content creation in over 4 years. So, you know, I did have my old YouTube channel, the StormPow, where I made content on that for a while, and then I've recently come back from the dead to make more content here lately. And so this has been my first, I guess maybe 4 or 5 months. Yeah, because I started making content again late August 2019, and today is New Year's Day 2020. It is a start to a new year and a new decade, but it's the same me. And with that being said, I've had a tremendous start out. You know, I've been on the Secret podcast a couple of times, I think 3 times since I've been back, and so be sure to check them out as well and watch those videos if you'd like, and go listen to them on your Spotify or whatever you like to listen to podcasts on. I've been a guest on there a couple times. Really great friends that host that show, and so that's always a great time. But if you've been listening to those, you've probably heard me talk about it a little bit, because they've been asking me kind of periodically, you know, how the content creation's going, and I think that kind of it has been a little bit of a diary almost. You know, if you watch, I've been having different things to say about the progress of the content creation, and so that's been really exciting. When I first started out, I was initially with the mindset of I am just going to be a Twitch streamer because that's fun, it's easy. I'm just gonna play video games and stream them, and I'm gonna upload highlights to my YouTube, and my YouTube channel was gonna be such a small focus, and it was just going to be something kind of an archive of like funnier moments, you know, like little 10, 15, 20 minute highlights of the live streams. And so you guys have probably noticed that did not last very long, but that is definitely what the vibe was when I very first started. So if you look at my channel right now, we really don't have a lot of uploads, and that's because, you know, for one, I've only been around for about 4 months, but also when I first got in, I was not really planning on doing a whole lot of YouTube stuff. And then there was even a little bit of a purgatory about a month long where I did not know what the hell I wanted to do with my YouTube channel. I didn't know if I wanted to even bother with it, even for the purpose of highlights, you know, because highlights are really easy to make. You just do the live stream, and then you know, crop a 15-20 minute segment of it, boom, boom, maybe put some jump cuts in there, some sound effects, some cool, and there you go, you've got a successful YouTube video. And I thought that maybe that's how that was going to work, but I've really kind of come to learn that's not what I want my channel to be. And there are a couple of reasons for that whole shift. It's, for one, you know, I talked about it on the Secret podcast, but I was like, I just felt like I definitely want my live streams to be one of the main things I do. And as you guys are, I'm sure, aware, one of my big focuses is trying to get more people in my live streams. A lot of the stuff that I put on YouTube, on Twitter, or whatever, it's all geared towards getting more people in my live streams in one way or another. And I feel like having my YouTube channel just be nothing but the best parts of the live stream is not a very effective way of doing that. I feel like it's like when you watch a trailer for a funny movie and you're like, I just watched all the funniest parts of the movie in the trailer, and then you don't really want to go see the movie because you've already seen all the great parts of it. You know, why sit through this 2.5 hour long movie when you've already seen the highlights? And that's kind of when I was like, hold up, let's not do this anymore. Let's go ahead and make some original content for the YouTube, even if I have to put a little bit more work into it. But I think it will be worth it in the long haul. And so, whereas my time allocation was kind of 85% doing the live streams and then 15% social media and YouTube and things of that nature, it's really shifted to more of a 50-50 type of thing. You know, the live streams are obviously the bread and butter. That's what you're coming for, but I've got to get more people there and grow my content via other platforms, because I love Twitch, I really do, but god damn, its discoverability is garbage. And I know I'm not saying anything new or groundbreaking here, and it makes sense, but when you go to Twitch and you know, only see the highest of the high broadcasters, it can definitely be hard to get seen. And I had been trying all the little tricks that everybody does on Twitch, so don't, you know, let me know, oh man, you need to play a game that nobody's watching so that way you're higher on the list. And, you know, I tried all that for a little bit, and overall it was great. I would maybe get a new follower or two during the live stream because you're right, I was getting exposed to more people, but I was having to play games that I really did not want to play. And I don't know if you do the math, but if I was getting 1 or 2 new followers during a live stream and gaining none while I'm not live streaming, it was going to take years and years and decades and eons and zeons and trions for me to get where I would like to be in the realm of content creation. And so I've, throughout the past several months, been working on doing a lot more original content, and I have really seen some good fruits. It's been still slow but sure. So for those of you who do not know, I'm on most of the major social medias. I'm of course here on YouTube, but I'm also extremely active on Twitter and Instagram, and I also actually have a Facebook page, which I've come to learn is not that bad of a platform as far as getting my content out. I've been uploading a lot of the little video clips that I put on Twitter also to Facebook, and I have seen probably more organic, brand new growth coming from Facebook than anything else, because on Twitter, a lot of the growth that I get is because, you know, one of my friends retweeted it, which is cool and all that stuff. But, you know, as far as somebody who's never heard of me or ever heard of any of the people that I associate with here on YouTube, learning about my content brand new, Facebook has been really pivotal for that, I think. And I think the more that my Facebook grows, that is going to start going exponentially. And so we'll see how I talk about Facebook in the next QBR. Maybe I'll be like, nah, fuck Facebook, that was just a total waste of my time. Or maybe, you know, it will really prove to be something awesome. So overall, be sure to check out all those social medias because I post something different to all of them. You know, I noticed that a lot of creators just upload the same stuff and they just spread it to all those different platforms. I'm really trying to be a little bit more original with that. Now, like I said, the video clips are kind of the same as far as Twitter and Facebook, you know, but there's different updates on Twitter. Obviously, you know, Twitter is more random stuff like I'm taking a poop or whatever. But Facebook is going to be, you know, more longer updates, things of that nature. And for example, so the video right here, this parody of like the melatonin thing, I was trying that because, you know, I was kind of wanting to do some type of comedic video, more scripted like that. That's something that would probably belong more on Twitter and Facebook, whereas YouTube, as you guys know, is more suitable right now for longer videos. So we're gonna have, you know, things like this. I like doing the tutorials that I've done. I don't know if that's really something that's getting received very well. You know, I make them because I really enjoy doing that type of stuff. I really enjoy teaching people how to do things and sharing some little cool tricks that I know about things, but I don't know if that's really what I want to be known for, if I want to be the tutorial guy or anything like that. So we'll kind of see how that goes. But I am interested in feedback. So if you have any feedback on those tutorials, be sure to leave those in the comments below. I would love to hear if that's something you actually enjoy watching. Maybe you found me through searching for one of those tutorials. Let me know in the comments. That'd be great. But Instagram is more photos and things of that nature. You know, if I got a cute picture of my dog or me and my fiance, whatever, you know, I'm going to upload that. You know, whereas you're getting more text, obviously, on Twitter and Facebook from me. And of course, Twitch is my main thing. So be sure to follow that for the actual live streams themselves, where kind of everything in a way gravitates and comes from. Oh, and one other thing I damn near forgot. This has also been a huge thing. I've got a Discord server right now, and the Discord server has been great. I'll have the link for that in the description, but I'll also put, you know, some text on the screen here. But Discord has been great. I have been very surprised at how many of my viewers enjoy that, you know, like going in the Discord. And so that's been great. I have updates on there. I chat with everybody. I'm pretty active in there myself. So if you just want to chat with me, that's a really great way to get a hold of me. Just join the Discord server, talk with everybody else. You know, it's been really great watching the community grow that way. And I think that kind of does it for the recap. You know, so you guys, as you can see, I've kind of right about over here is when I started deciding that I was going to do more original content for YouTube. And, you know, I had these little live stream highlights that were not exactly that great. I mean, in all honesty, I feel like, you know, if I was watching these videos and I was like, oh, this is what this guy considers to be the best parts of his live streams, I would not go out. It was honestly, a lot of these moments in the live streams were things that I was really embellishing during the live stream because I wanted to make it an entertaining YouTube video. And I realized there's a time and a place for both. You know, I can make a really great YouTube video and I can make a really great live stream, but I don't need to be trying to make a YouTube video in the middle of a live stream. And so I hope that that makes some sense. And so with that being said, like, I've had to shift a little bit of time, but I think it's been good. It's been worth it. And I think overall we're gonna see that all prove to be a good thing in the next quarter. But hey, I could be wrong. We'll talk about it in the next QBR. So yeah, now we're gonna move on to the next part of the QBR where we're talking about the next coming 3 months, some things that I'm working on for the future. So the main thing that I'm gonna be talking about and that I am very, very excited for is a project that I've been talking about. If you've been tuning into my live streams where I've been doing the Just Chattings, I'm sure that you're already well aware of this, or if you're in the Discord server, I've been talking about it there as well. But I am starting a podcast here in January, and it is going to be called StormPow. And basically, this is something that I wanted to do as soon as I came back to content creation. I even messaged Kagi the day that I pretty much officially came back and was basically talking to him about this and how I really wanted to start a podcast. It's something that I've been interested in because really podcasts are one big thing that inspired me to want to get back into the content creation scene. You know, I was like, this is great. I love listening to these podcasts. I really enjoy the sound of my own voice, maybe more than I should. And so I would love to do a podcast. And so I battled, and I mean battled up here in my head as far as what I wanted to make the podcast about. I kept saying, you know, no, I need this very strict, structured theme that it needs to be about. And I kind of slowly calmed down a little bit and realized what I really want to do is an interview style podcast where it's just me and one guest every week. And we're going to do a live show. So that's one thing that you'll definitely want to be following my Twitch for. What we're going to do as far as the structure of it, we're going to have it streamed live on my Twitch, and we're going to be having a pre and post show that's live where you can interact with us. We're reading the chat. We're talking to you guys. You know, it's me and the guest kind of just getting warmed up and everything, and talking to the chat and everything. And then we're going to go into the real meat and potatoes, you know, talk for an hour or 2 or 3 or however long the discussion ends up taking us. And then, of course, wrap it up post-show where it's very similar to the pre-show, except now we're probably talking more about, you know, the last hour that you guys just watched. And then I'm going to, of course, upload all the VODs to YouTube, but they're going to be missing the pre and post shows. It's just going to be the meat and potatoes. I'll even put a little bit of editing in there, some custom intro and things of that nature. So it will definitely feel more like a polished podcast and not just a regurgitated cut from Twitch. And then, of course, it'll also be on all the major audio platforms for podcast streaming. So if you like to listen to podcasts on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, whatever, you know, you can be sure to look for that on all those major platforms as well. But you're definitely going to want to be following the Twitch, for one, to get access to it immediately, because there will probably be a 48 hour gap between it being broadcasted and it ending up on all those other platforms. But also, I have a feeling that the pre and post show are going to be some of the best part of it, really. I really think, especially the post show, I think that's going to be very fun. So yeah, I think that that's going to be something you guys are really going to enjoy. So I've already got my first guest lined up. I'm going to keep that until a little bit closer to time. But basically, it's just going to be an interview style podcast where I talk a little bit about the guest. You know, we choose a couple topics to discuss, maybe keep it very, very broad. So that way, you know, I always have something that I can make a little bit of content on. For the most part, I want to have different guests every week, but obviously there are going to be certain people that might be recurring or coming back if they're a very popular guest, or maybe they have something new to talk to me about, or something like that. You know, I want to be sure to have some people recurring who enjoy being on it, you know. But a lot of the guests are probably going to be other content creators. I know a lot of content creators that are very interesting people that come from a lot of different backgrounds and a lot of different things that they could bring to the table. And I think this is going to be a great opportunity for me to get to know them a little bit more, and learn about, you know, some things that other content creators enjoy doing and do for their work. You know, and network with them a little bit as well. But also, I think it's going to be great for you guys to get to know some other content creators. But I'm also planning on having some random people here and there that aren't necessarily content creators. It's just that those tend to be a lot of the people that I associate myself with, and also a lot of the people that I tend to have good discussion with, because we have so many common interests and common things that we do. But hey, maybe I'll have some, you know, juggler who is a clown and you know, trims alpacas on the side. I mean, that sounds pretty interesting too. So who knows? Be sure to check all that out. But I'm not making a new channel or anything like that, I don't think, for the podcast. I'm planning on uploading it here on YouTube, in addition to the other original content that I'm going to be doing. So we'll see. I may change my mind within the next quarter on how to handle that. But right now the plan is just to upload everything here, the VODs, and maybe an occasional, you know, highlight or certain segment of it that's about 5 or 10 minutes of a certain discussion. But for the most part, I don't think that the podcast episodes themselves are going to be much longer than an hour or two at the most. So I really don't plan on uploading a whole lot of individualized clips or segments or anything like that. I think it would be just fine doing, you know, just the whole episode. But hey, we'll see. So as far as going forward, that's one of the main things that I really want to focus on, is getting that podcast off the ground, and being more active on my other social medias. I have been asked a lot if I'm going to be playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and I've kind of gone back and forth on that, and I am planning on doing some live streams once it comes out, because the game looks great. But you know, as I've vocalized quite a bit in my other videos, I am not wanting to be a Dragon Ball Z content creator as my whole thing, kind of like how I was before. I'm not necessarily wanting to be the whole authority on Dragon Ball Z stuff, because I just want to keep myself vague. I want to keep the focus on me as the content creator. So I'm gonna do some Kakarot stuff on my Twitch just to kind of test the waters and see how that goes. See if I can do just a little bit of Dragon Ball Z content or something like that, and you know, make it not become a thing. So be sure to check that out on my Twitch if you're interested in that. I'm not really planning on doing a lot of it here on YouTube, just planning on streaming when I'm just sitting down playing the game. Other than that, for the next 3 months, just gonna be all that. So we're gonna be getting the podcast off the ground, gonna be playing some new games that are coming out, doing some more just chatting and IRL streams and things of that nature. Hopefully some more original content here on the YouTube, other than just the podcast VODs. But definitely, if there's something you guys would like to see in particular out of YouTube or even out of Twitch or any of my other platforms, be sure to let me know in the comments as well. I really appreciate that type of feedback. If there's something that you guys, you know, found me through, that's also useful feedback for me as well. But other than that, I think that just about does it for the very first installment of the QBR. So we are starting out 2020 strong, and I'm really, really, really excited for this year, you guys. I really am, truly. So be sure to check me out on all the social medias down below in the description, and I will see you guys next time. I do want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a nice day, and goodbye.